Elena Grayson had built her life on the pillars of love, trust, and ambition. At 35, she was the proud mother of two vibrant children, Sophie and Noah, and the wife of Mark Grayson, a high-powered real estate developer whose charm masked a world of deceit. Their home, a sprawling mansion with manicured lawns, was the envy of their upscale neighborhood in Oakwood. Yet, as Elena prepared for yet another evening of socializing with friends, she couldn't shake the unease that had settled in her gut. Her best friend Lily had recently started acting strangely, distracted during conversations, avoiding eye contact, and her laughter seemed forced. A gnawing suspicion took root, and one late afternoon, after overhearing a phone call between Mark and Lily, everything shattered. The words, "I miss you," hung in the air like a noxious gas. Devastated, Elena confronted Mark, but he spun a web of lies that left her more confused than ever. The moment of truth hit her like a lightning bolt. The man she loved was a stranger, and she could no longer ignore the betrayal. It was time to fight back. Elena Grayson had built her life on the pillars of love, trust, and ambition. At 35, she was the proud mother of two vibrant children, Sophie and Noah, and the wife of Mark Grayson, a high-powered real estate developer whose charm masked a world of deceit. Their home, a sprawling mansion with manicured lawns, was the envy of their upscale neighborhood in Oakwood. Yet, as Elena prepared for yet another evening of socializing with friends, she couldn't shake the unease that had settled in her gut. "Elena," Lucy said, her eyes sharp and piercing, "this isn't just about ending a marriage, it's about reclaiming your life. We'll need to gather evidence. You must document everything." Elena nodded, a mix of fear and determination swirling inside her. With Lucy's guidance, she began a journey into her husband's life, uncovering the layers of deceit. Each discovery, secret phone records, questionable financial transactions, added fuel to her fire. She was not just a victim. She was becoming a force to be reckoned with. As the days turned into weeks, Elena transformed. No longer the passive wife, she became a woman on a mission. She learned to navigate the complexities of financial documents and legal jargon, empowering herself in ways she never imagined possible. Lucy introduced her to Jake, a private investigator with an enigmatic charm. He was lean, with tousled hair and an easy smile that belied his serious demeanor. Elena felt an undeniable chemistry, but she pushed it aside, focused solely on her goal. "Let's start with surveillance," Jake suggested, his tone professional. "I'll keep an eye on Mark and see if I can gather any evidence of his infidelity." Elena watched him work, his determination echoing her own. Days turned into nights, and as Jake followed Mark's movements, Elena began to see glimpses of herself she had lost: strength, tenacity, and a thirst for justice. With every detail Jake uncovered, the pieces of Mark's double life fell into place. Late-night meetings, mysterious phone calls, and lavish expenditures that didn't add up. Their collaboration blossomed into a friendship. Jake became her confidant, someone she could share her fears with. One evening, after a long day of investigation, they found themselves sitting on her porch, sharing stories and laughter. "Why are you doing this?" Elena asked, her curiosity piqued. Jake paused, his gaze distant. "I've seen too many people get hurt in relationships like yours. I want to help those who need it." Elena admired his passion, but a part of her felt uneasy. Could she trust him completely? As she navigated her evolving feelings, she wrestled with the risk of letting someone in again. With each passing day, Elena felt more empowered, yet Mark's awareness of her investigation began to surface. He altered his behaviors and started counteracting her moves, growing increasingly paranoid. One evening, as she sifted through files at home, a message pinged on her phone. It was from Lucy. "Mark knows something is off. Be careful." Panic gripped her. She realized this battle was escalating beyond her control. Her fear intensified when Mark accused her of being distant and crazy in front of their friends, turning her vulnerability against her. One night, during a dinner party, the tension boiled over. Mark raised his glass and made a toast, dripping with sarcasm. To loyalty and trust, the foundations of any relationship. Elena's heart raced. She knew he was baiting her. In that moment, she felt the eyes of their friends on her, judging, weighing, and measuring her worth. Fueled by indignation, Elena retreated to the kitchen, where Jake had been helping her prep the dinner. Their eyes locked, and she sensed a shift in their dynamic. It was more than just friendship. There was an undeniable attraction. But could she risk that when her heart was still in turmoil? With the evening's chaos still swirling in her mind, Elena felt a surge of determination. She needed to confront Mark head on. That night, she collected her thoughts and devised a plan to expose him, but first, she needed a solid ally. The day of the divorce proceedings arrived and the tension was palpable. The courtroom felt cold, the atmosphere thick with anticipation. Elena and Lucy prepared their strategy carefully. They planned to reveal Mark's financial misconduct and infidelities. As the proceedings unfolded, Elena felt a mix of dread and empowerment. Mark took the stand, his polished demeanor masking the cracks forming beneath his facade. He played the victim, painting Elena as unstable and irrational. But Elena had a trump card. Just as the judge seemed swayed by Mark's manipulations, Elena's moment arrived. "Your Honor," she began, her voice steady despite the tremors beneath, "I have evidence that reveals not just infidelity but fraud." She handed over the file Jake had helped compile, the evidence meticulously organized. As the judge reviewed it, the courtroom fell silent. The look of shock on Mark's face was priceless. The evidence revealed not only Mark's affair, but also suspicious financial transactions that painted a picture of deceit. As the judge acknowledged the weight of her evidence, Elena felt a rush of vindication. But then came the twist. Mark's attorney launched a counterattack, revealing a supposed smoking gun, an email that linked Elena to a conspiracy with Jake. Mark had played his cards well, anticipating her moves and setting a trap. As the courtroom drama unfolded, Elena felt the walls closing in. Her heart raced as Lucy worked frantically to counter Mark's claims. Just when it seemed Elena's victory was slipping away, she recalled a conversation with Jake about the importance of revealing the truth. "I have one more piece of evidence," Elena declared, surprising everyone, including Lucy. She took a deep breath and pulled out her phone, accessing a recording she had made during a confrontation with Lily. In it, Lily confessed to her affair with Mark, revealing their conversations and detailing Mark's manipulations. The courtroom erupted in shock. Mark's defenses crumbled as the truth hung heavy in the air. The judge, visibly impressed by the turn of events, leaned forward. "I will review this new evidence before making a final ruling." As the gavel fell, signaling a recess, Elena felt a mix of triumph and dread. But there was still a darkness lurking. Jake's true intentions had not been fully revealed. After the proceedings, as the crowd dispersed, she pulled him aside. "Did you set me up?" Elena asked, her voice trembling with emotion. Jake looked taken aback. "No, I would never do that. I'm here for you, Elena. I want to help you." Yet the lingering doubt gnawed at her. Trust was fragile, especially after everything she had endured. As she walked away, she sensed that the battle was not over. Weeks passed, and Elena's life slowly returned to some semblance of normalcy. The divorce was finalized, granting her primary custody of Sophie and Noah, with Mark facing repercussions for his actions. Yet the aftermath of the trial left scars. As she rebuilt her life, Elena's feelings for Jake began to surface again, but uncertainty loomed large. Could she allow someone into her heart so soon after such betrayal? One sunny afternoon, she found herself in a local cafe, lost in thought, when Jake entered. Their eyes met, and in that moment, a silent understanding passed between them. He walked over, his expression earnest. "I know things have been complicated, but I want to make this right," he said softly. Elena smiled, warmth spreading through her. "I'm still figuring things out, Jake." "I get it," he replied, "but if you ever want to talk, I'm here." As they shared a coffee and laughter, the tension of the past began to dissolve. The air felt lighter, and hope flickered like a candle, fragile yet resilient. As Elena looked out the window at the bustling street, she felt a sense of freedom wash over her. Her journey had been filled with pain and heartbreak, but it had also birthed a new, stronger version of herself. The road ahead might be uncertain, but it was hers to navigate, one step at a time.